Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much for joining us for Shabbatish. This is a collaborative endeavor between Ric Hordinski and myself, Miriam Terlinchamp, and Temple Sholom. And the offering is just to take the next 35, 40 minutes together to enter into a space of Sabbath practice. The words that we read are poetry and trying to energize our own senses with intellectual inquiry and thoughtfulness. And then the music is sourced in traditional Jewish liturgy and practice, but is all original, written and composed by Ric Hordinski. So I hope we could just begin together, just letting it go, to breathing in deeply, and beginning with Hine Matov, how good it is to be together. If you suddenly and unexpectedly feel joy, don't hesitate. Give into it. There are plenty of lives and whole towns destroyed or about to be. We're not wise and not very often kind, and much can never be redeemed. Still, life has some possibility left. Perhaps this is its way of fighting back. That sometimes or something happens better than all the riches or power in the world. And it could be anything. But very likely you notice it in the instant when love begins. Anyway, that's often the case. Anyway, whatever it is, don't be afraid of its plenty. Joy is not made to be a crumb. But continue listening to that energy, that spirit, that first start of things, that spark of love and light with Shema, our prayer of oneness.
Shema, 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 Shema. Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad Shema
We're in a season where we've just been liberated out of Mitzrayim, out of Egypt as part of our Passover celebration. And we're walking this path called the Omer as we're emerging into the next season, which is Shavuot, where we receive the Torah. And it's given me a lot of thought about what does liberation actually mean on communal and personal levels? What are the liberative forces that exist in our lives, both internally and externally? And also, what is the Jewish concept of a restorative deity? What does it actually mean to come full circle as a human being and live a faithful life? So, all that's going on for me. And as I think about this sort of liminal zone between redemption and revelation, I think that one thread that can be pulled there is this word emunah. Emunah means faith. But this Jewish concept of emunah shows up several times. And really, I think a key thing to think about it, for Jews at least, is that faith is not something static. Faith isn't a state of mind. It's something like faithfulness, if that makes sense. There's an ebb and flow to it, which is definitely true in our sacred texts. And you see it over the course of time, and also true in our independent lives. Rare is the person who said, I've had absolute faith the whole time. And then you're like, faith in what, right? So I think all that kind of works. But in this story-driven moment that at least the Jewish people are in right now, I think it's worth thinking about how emunah, this faithfulness, the state of sort of wandering, flexible being, actually looks like. So I think when I think about the first sort of example of emunah, of faith, it happens with Adam HaRishon, the first Adam in the garden. And I'm sure you've heard the story before. If not, it's always worth repeating and hearing these stories anew. And so they tell the story, this midrash, about Adam HaRishon and how the days start to get darker. And he thinks that he has sinned and that the sun eventually will just completely go away. So that's how we're sort of explaining the winter solstice and things like that. And there's this moment where in the story where Adam starts to pray and he asks God to forgive him of anything he might have done to cause darkness to abide in this garden. And in those prayers, Adam doesn't sort of doubt what's happening in his life, but he does have hope that at some point his actions will help raise the sun, will help make it sunnier in the world or more light-filled. And that what he's really praying for is the ability to see light, even as it's getting darker. So I see that story as one pretty clear example of emunah, the faith and understanding that even as it feels constrictive, that light is possible, even if I'm not feeling it. Think a little later, so 15 chapters later, Genesis 15, Abraham gets called. And what does God promise Abraham when he gets called? That it will make him more numerous than the stars. He promises, or God promises Abraham, to be blessing Abraham and his people with future generations. So the blessing, the faith that Abraham has isn't in himself or even in his own personal relationship with God. Abraham's faith is about being able to imagine a future. I'd say a third really critical moment of emunah happens in the Passover story in Exodus, when Moses sees that burning bush. And God calls out to Moses. And there's this line, right? Remember, the fire's not being consumed, right? There's a separate part of it. And God says, hey, this is my name, but you might remember me from this name. And I never corrected those guys. Or I was called this person, I was called this, and I was called this. And that God has many names, but Moses and all of those names, it was always me. It was always there. But I feel like that version of emunah, of faith, is about sort of seeing these linked moments. That even when I'm not quite sure how it all connects to that big mysterious thread, that there are touchstones that remind me. Maybe it's other human reactions. Maybe it is truly the voice of God. Maybe it is a fire that's burning very close to you and it's so scary. Maybe that's love. Maybe that's illness. Maybe it's addiction. It can be all kinds of things, both good and difficult. But it's always me, right? That you're accompanied in that emunah. I think something that at least the Jewish faith really holds dearly is to take these communal experiences and these personal experiences and link them in this liberative way, saying what you do in the world matters, and also maybe not so much, that we're both small and big, connected and not, and then we ritualize it with these seders, with all the Shabbat practice, with traditions, and that ritualization of tradition, of story. The whole point of it, I think, is for emunah, is for that faith to open our hearts just big enough to imagine that the sun is possible, to see sunlight, to trust in futures, to let just enough light in, and keep letting light in, not so that it rages through us and consumes us, but that we exist like that burning bush in the desert, that we exist in this way of connective energy, that we exist just enough to believe that every moment, every day, every week, every season is a chance to be renewed in that emunah. That there's nothing static about this life, and there's nothing permanent. And that's also a really beautiful thing. This next song, 39 Days, we are imagining Noah, that he couldn't have known on that ark that the rain would stop at 40 days. And on that 39th day, what did he need to tell himself? What story are we being told at any point when we're in our 39th day? And we can't imagine tomorrow the day the rain will stop. Tomorrow's the day the sun will rise. Tomorrow's the day I will feel loved. I will be seen. I will be held. I will finally have that true emunah back in my life. And the line that goes through in the Hebrew in this song is Gam ze ya'avor. This too shall pass. The good, the bad, our corporal beings, all of it passes and then circulates back and comes forward. And our hope is that we're coming right back. The Gam ze ya'avor, this will pass, and the sun will come back, and the rains will stop, and my heart will be open and vulnerable and ready to receive again. Shabbat Shalom.
Seeing, not seeing, knowing about not knowing, understanding I don't understand, but there's work enough, but there's work here enough, but there's work enough for both of our hands. 39 days, 39 nights, there's no moon on the horizon, no end in sight. 39 days, 39 nights, Gam ze ya'avor, Gam ze ya'avor. Nothing I can't bear witness to, nothing too small to see, nothing that doesn't matter, nothing but you and me. But there's work enough, but there's work here enough, but there's work enough for both of our hands. 39 days, 39 nights, there's no moon on the horizon, no end in sight. 39 days, 39 nights, Gam ze ya'avor, Gam ze ya'avor. To walk without expecting, to move along the road. There really is no limit to the garden of the world. But there's work enough, but there's work here enough, but there's work enough for both of our hands.
last song we did is called 39 Days, and the verses are centered around these three principles that I read about recently. The first one is just admitting that you don't know everything. The second one is that even though you don't know, you still can choose to bear witness to what you see. And then the third one is to take action. And the idea, I think, is that you don't allow yourself to be paralyzed because you don't know into not taking action. So the song that follows this is called Bow Down, and that's about this third step, taking action.
When you go out walking, you better look just right, 'cause it's a dangerous world if your color ain't light. We lost a friend, lost a brother, another star that can't shine. His only crime was being any place at all, at almost any time. Are you gonna stand straight? Are you gonna lie down? Keep your eyes wide open or stare at the ground. Gonna open up your ears or shout the trumpets down. Are you gonna stand when the roll is called, or are you gonna bow down? I'm scratching this in stone, making my mark, like a stiffening scar or a matchstick in the dark, lighting a fire in the middle of town. Are you gonna stand when the roll is called, or are you gonna bow down? Are you gonna stand straight? Are you gonna lie down? Keep your eyes wide open or stare at the ground. Gonna open up your ears or shout the trumpets down. Are you gonna stand when the roll is called, or are you gonna bow down? Are you gonna stand straight? Are you gonna lie down? Keep your eyes wide open or stare at the ground. You gonna open up your ears or shout the trumpets down? Are you gonna stand when the roll is called, or are you gonna bow down? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Bear witness. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Bear witness.
We'll continue with a psalm of comfort, perhaps the most well-known psalm amongst any of our psalms. And for me, there's this one line in it that really works for me, and it's Ki ata imadi, because you're with me. This idea that even in this dark, difficult place where grief resides, where the shadows are, where depression lurks, with our fears that can just surround us, still even in those places, we're not fully alone. Mizmor LeDavid, Adonai ro'i lo achsar binot deshet yarbitseni. Almei minuchot yan haleni nafshi yoshvev yan cheni b'malet tzedek leman shemo. Gam ki elech b'tzetz al mavet lo irara ki ata im adi shivtecha umishantecha hemenachamuni ta'aroch lefanai shelcha neget sa'arai dishanta v'shemen roshi kosi rabayai ach tov v'chesed yudafuni kol yomei chayai v'shavti b'vei Adonai le'orach yamim. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. God makes me to lie down in green pastures and leads me beside the still waters. God restores my soul. God guides me in straight paths for God's name's sake, and yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will feel no evil, because you are with me. Your rod and your staff comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies, and you have anointed my head with oil, and my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. In our community, remember the recent passing, the yard sites, the anniversaries of passing of Goldie Art, Theodore Bucca, Inga Goldberg, Elmira Lamarande, Estelle Flagenspan, Samuel Weinberg, Shulam Bosis, Albert Bookbinder, Rosalind Gildenblatt, Michael Minson, Frankie Siegel, Helen Schuler, Hannah Rubin. We call into this space all those who we remember, whose grief still lingers amongst us, in whose name we call out in comfort and love as we continue with our words of affirmation and consolation. Yitgadal v'kadash shemei Rabba, ve'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich machutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kari v'imru, Amen. Yehei shmei Rabba bevarach le'olam u'me'omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei gerusha brichu. Le'ela, min kol berchata v'shirata tushbachata, v'nechamata, ta'amiram be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama Rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. Thank you to everyone who made today possible, and thank you for joining us in this process. So as we close out, we always like to send you off in blessing. And so do whatever feels right to you to feel like you can receive that right now. That maybe this feels familiar to you because you've heard it a few times. But often I think we need reminders of blessing, of gratitude, that it's very quick to sort of pull back into that dark zone. But to find yourself just for this moment with a heart opened. Either you can put your hands out, you can put your hands on your head like maybe your parents did, you can give yourself a hug, you can take a knee, you can do whatever feels right to feel like you can receive this blessing, this moment, this Shabbat peace as we go forward.
May every stumble become a dance. May every struggle become a new romance. If every broken bone's your teacher in a stained and tattered robe, every burning bridge a candle to light your way home. Hope you radiate mercy, you radiate love. Hope you radiate mercy, hope you radiate love. May every stutter become a new haiku. May every sorrow become a holy blues. And when your road begins to narrow and the serpent nips your heel, raise your voice in holy laughter like a scepter forged in steel. Hope you radiate mercy, hope you radiate love. Hope you radiate mercy, hope you radiate love. May you create more than you destroy, despise much less than you enjoy. Light your cigar at the altar fire. May you never get all that you desire. May your borders be unguarded when the winds of change collide. On your lips a word of welcome for the traveler outside. 'Cause every sinner has a future. The best queens reject the crown. Sometimes you can't see the moon till the barns burn down. Hope you radiate mercy, hope you radiate love. Hope you radiate mercy, hope you radiate love. Hope you radiate mercy, you radiate love. Hope you radiate mercy, hope you radiate